Okay, today we're going to start talking about the names of the A's and B's that we were labeling last class with these transversals. Remember when we have our parallel lines cut by the diagonal. So if you don't have a highlighter or something to color with, pause the video and grab one now. Here's the first one. With our parallel lines, we're going to make a box. These first ones are going to be called corresponding angles. Again, remember, pause the video if you need to, if it starts to go too fast. Corresponding angles are special because if you notice, at the top we have star, happy face, moon, heart. Same at the bottom, star, happy face, moon, heart. So if you were to draw a circle around each four, we have a circle on the top and a circle at the bottom. Corresponding angles occur when you have one that is inside our box and one that is outside the box. And what else is special is that they are the same order in the circles. Again, pause the video if it's going too fast. But for example, our stars are corresponding. One is outside my yellow box, one is inside my yellow box. And it's in the same order. It's in between the happy face and the moon and across from the heart. So they have to be in the same order, and one has to be inside the box, one is outside the box. Let's go to our next one. Again, draw your box, connect the parallel lines. This next type is called an alternate interior angle. Alternate interior angles, they are on opposite sides, opposite sides of the diagonal. One is at the top, one is at the bottom, and both are inside the box. Again, pause the video if it's going too fast. So for example, my moons in this problem are alternate interiors. They are on opposite sides of my diagonal. One is at the top, one is at the bottom, and they are both inside the box. Same for the hearts. One is at the top, one is at the bottom, inside the box, opposite sides of the diagonal. Okay, so again, next problem, draw your box. These are called alternate exterior angles. These are pretty similar to the one we just did, except the only difference is they have to be outside of our box. So we still want them opposite sides of the diagonal. One is still at the top, one is still at the bottom, but here both are outside the box. So my stars, they're on opposite sides of the diagonal. They're both outside the box. One is at the top, one is at the bottom. Same with the happy faces. One at the top, one at the bottom, opposite sides, outside the box. Okay, we have two more. So again, we're going to make our box with our highlighter, our colored pencil, whatever color you chose. These are what we call same side interior angles. Slightly different from the alternate ones. These start as the same side of the diagonal. One is still at the top. One is at the bottom. And both are inside the box. So again, my stars, same side. They're both on the same side of the diagonal. They're inside the box. One is on the top, one is at the bottom. Same with the hearts. Same side of that diagonal, both inside the box. One is at the top, one is at the bottom. And the last one is going to be a same side exterior angle. Which is the same as the one we just did, except both are going to be outside of the box. So, same side of the diagonal. One is still at the top. One is at the bottom. But now, both are outside the box, which I forgot to draw. But in our box, we just connect our parallel lines. So again, my stars are on the same side of my diagonal. One is at the top, one is at the bottom. They are both outside of that box. Same with the hearts, top, bottom, outside, and they're on the same side of the diagonal. So we have our 5 new vocab words with A through E, and F and G are from Unit 1. So we're bringing in some of our old vocab to make sure we're still keeping that relevant. So for number 1, we're looking at angle 6 and angle 1. Now, if I were to draw that box that we were talking about, right, connect my parallel lines, angle 1 and angle 6, one is outside, one is inside. So you would think that they would be corresponding, but they are not one in each section. 1 actually corresponds with 3. 6 corresponds with 8. They have to be in the same order, but in different sections. So 1 and 6 are actually my vertical angles from last unit. They're across from each other. So we would write F. Okay, so my next ones are 4 and 5. So here's 4 and 5. Okay, first thing I notice is both are outside of my box, so I'm dealing with an exterior angle possibly. One is at the top, one is at the bottom. Okay, and they're on different sides of the diagonal. So these are my alternate exteriors. C. Number 3 is asking for 1 and 2, so there's angle 1, angle 2. The one's inside my box, one's outside, but they're in the same section, so they can't be corresponding. 1 and 2, they're not across from each other, but they are right next to each other. And again, this is from last unit. When they're right next to each other, they are my linear pair, my supplementary angles. I'm going to do 3 more with you, and that way I'll leave the rest for you to try, and you can check your answers in Schoology. So angle 3 and angle 4. Again, one inside, one outside, but they're both in the same section, right next to each other. It's another linear pair. Eight and 2. Okay, one is inside, one is outside. They're each in a different section, but do they match? No, because 8 matches with 6. 2 really matches with 4. And since they're still in different sections, it can't be a vertical or a linear pair. So this is none of the above, H. So the last one I'm going to try with you is 5 and 6. So there's 5 and 6. Again, one inside, one outside. They're in the same section right next to each other. It is again a linear pair. But I'm going to leave numbers 7 through 11 for you to try. And again, you can check the answers on Schoology in our packet, or you can come see me during Flex or after school.